Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at NETsn.live.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the NETsn pregame show here live from New Caney, Texas. Here we got Chapel Hill, Lumberton. I've got Corey and Vince here with us tonight. Welcome, fellas.
What's going on?
We got Vince has been out at some games, so I think he's on the road. Corey, you been watching some good games from the house today?
You know, actually, I didn't watch any games. I was listening to the Cable Network. Shout out to Kyle for a good broadcast tonight. So, yeah, I've been watching some of that and catching up on some other stuff. But this is the only game I wanted to watch today.
All right, we got Herschel, our pick'em champ from last week, hanging with you guys tonight, watching the great game, loving the weather. So shout out to Herschel with us. We got from the community group, we got Let's Go Bulldogs. Give us a shout. Let us know who you are. We can't see from the community group. We've also got another person, Go Bulldogs. I'd like to see everyone out ready for tonight's broadcast. We will be on NETsn Live tonight with our video broadcast and also with an alternate radio broadcast stream right here on NETsn. So should be an exciting night. Corey, I watched a couple of games. I watched Kilgore run away with the game late and in Tyler there against Lindale. I know Vince was at the game. When he gets on here, hopefully he can give us some insight from being there. I just saw South Oak Cliff win in overtime with a touchdown there. There's another one I had on. Also a big game in this particular bracket. Anna knocks off Salina 27-24. So they move on. It looks like probably going to face China Spring. That'll be a good one. We'll probably talk about that here in the next week. But Corey, as far as this one tonight, what do you got some keys for tonight's game for us?
You know, I have some keys to tonight's game.
All right.
You know, I didn't really get into it this past Wednesday because wrap up show is kind of a everybody wrap up show. But since we have an actual Chapel Hill pregame show, since we can actually talk some Bulldog football, really want to get into some keys of the game. Very simple. Number one, play under control. No costly turnovers. Play a clean football game. No penalties. No turnovers. And keep it simple from there. Number two is very important. Act like you've been there before. They haven't. They only have 4 playoff wins since the existence of their program since 1966. So they've only been to the playoffs twice, one in 2007 and this year. So they have never been here before. So we need to act like we've been here before. Every game is important, and take control of the game and play like some veterans. Number two, as usual, when I mentioned football, everything's a business trip. So take care of business, come in, button down, take care of business, and go home. It's a long trip. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is, if you have a Thanksgiving is one day, but the weekend is the whole thing because you have family and friends and everything else. Enjoy your time off and then come back to school with a different purpose. Well, that's what I think, man. Just take care of business today. This is going to be one of those games you got to be tested. It's a little bump in the road, so if you want to come back home and play a closer, more local opponent and not have to travel so far, this is what you have to do. It's the first step you got to take.
Yeah, I think I like those. I like those keys. I've got a couple myself. I think tonight we're going to go with run, Ricky, run. I think with the weather tonight, being like it is, they need to establish Ricky Stewart, get him the ball early and often, and establish that particular game, and then counter that with a lot of Brisbane scrambles, and only air the ball out when needed. I think the number two key is going to be the Blue Storm defense. Can they get Lumberton's high-powered offense off the field? It's going to be a big key to this game. And then the third one, I mean, it's always a key, but in this particular kind of game, limit the mistakes. Win the turnover battle. I think that's going to be a big key to tonight because of the slippery ball and the field conditions. We're on turf, so you don't have to worry about mud holes and all that stuff like we did back in the day. But still, you want to limit those mistakes. Chapel Hill last week got away with a lot of turnovers, and I think that's going to be tough to get away with tonight against the disciplined Lumberton team that we've got. Let's get. We got some chats here. We got looks like Cora Warren. Let's go Bulldogs. I think that was her post earlier with the 3 hearts. Thanks for joining us tonight, Cora. We got Kapasama here, almost to the stadium. All right. Well, we're waiting on you here. We're here.
You say
Ready for some Bulldog accent. Absolutely. We've got another user from the Facebook group. Come on, Bulldogs for the win. We got Derek here with us. What's up, Derek? For joining us tonight. We've got TCB Bulldogs. I don't know who that is. Let us know who y'all are. We've got BJ's here. Where y'all been? Look out for those Silsby Tigers tonight. We're playing Madisonville Mustangs, 12-0.
No disrespect, BJ. We're not looking out for anybody tonight. It's a different type of. We're only looking out for Chapel Hill tonight. We'll talk about Silsby tomorrow and then possibly next week.
Yeah,
good luck.
Hey,
good luck.
Come join us Wednesday night on the weekly wrap-up show, BJ.
Right.
We'll talk some Silsby.
Good luck tonight.
We got Buddy Harmony. Wow, yeah, shocker as Harmony beats West Rusk with their second, I say, upset in a row.
It's not a shock.
Well, you say that, but I mean it is. If you look at the way that the teams are ranked and the way that we knew that Harmony was going to be a tough matchup. But yeah, shout out to Harmony, and I guess Kyle will be calling a game next week somewhere. He's wearing that hat 24/7, I think. BJ says, okay, so he's going to come join us?
Yeah, come join us tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about those games.
We got, Tamikia Waters. Let's go Bulldogs. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got Chris. Hello, fellas. What's up, Chris? Joining us tonight. We've got Derek here. Not shocking, and that's what we talked about. We weren't. I think the game last week. Once they won last week, now we know they're for real. Because once you get this far, you are. I just think as far as it was an upset, as far as West Rusk was probably favored to win statewide. We've got Demetria Giles. Let's go Bulldogs. We've got Lynn Hastings. Let's go Dogs. Derek says, "Is Chapel Hill healthy?"
Is anybody healthy this time of the year?
About as healthy as we can be. No big injuries. No big injuries right now at this point. So everyone's ready to go. We got Anthony with us. What's up, Anthony? My cameraman Anthony with us tonight. Let's go Bulldogs. Woo. All right. Hey, I know we have Vince here. Vince, let's get your take. We want to catch you in. You got to see the Lindale Kilgore game live today. Give us your thoughts of what you saw live action. We can't hear your sound. Vince, you got no sound right now. See if you're muted. Yeah, we can't hear you. Can you hear us? Oh yeah. Okay, we just can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get Vince here in a second. Let's go back to some chats here. We got Corey said thanks for the live coverage. Hopefully I can watch it. I appreciate it, Corey. Let's see, we got Buddy. Seemed like a barn burner. I guess he's talking about the Harmony game. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
close. 7-24, I believe, or something. It was a 3-point game, I believe. 24-21. I can't remember the exact score. Let's see. We got me foul, man. Let's do that thing. I don't know who that is. Yeah, let us know. Let us know who you are. We got Colton Landfair, Skid 'em Dogs. We got see a Facebook user wants to know if it's already started raining. Yes, it's been raining off and on. We've been here a few hours and it's kind of come and gone here. We'll have some. I think the storms we looked at the weather, maybe some bigger storms coming in around between 7 to 8, somewhere in there. But it is raining here. The Kilgore game is what he was talking about. So we got Bert. Hey Bert, how's it going? That seat looks familiar. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're back. We're back. We got Mitty said, "Come on, Vincent. He wants to hear from Vince. We got to get it. We got to get his sound fixed, Mitty."
Come on, Mini J.
Got here was it 38-35. There's a score. Capasama got it. West Russ knocked off by Harmony, 38-35. So that was close. We got the one and only foul man, Nicholas Baldwin. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it's more than a foul.
How's it going?
That's more than a foul.
I give it back to him though. He knows. If he fouled, he's getting it back.
Right.
We got Anthony here. Let's get this together. We got Facebook user. Are you going to show the game? Okay, so if you want to watch the game video, you can go to TexanLive.com and search for it, or you can go to NETsn.live, go to the top and click the Texan Live link, and you can find our game video. If you want to listen to the game on our broadcast, we will have a audio-only broadcast of me and Logan that will be broadcast tonight on our Facebook and YouTube channel on all our platforms. So it'll be in both places. Just pick your poison. If you don't want to pay for the subscription, you can go listen to radio. If you'd like to get Texan Live, which we've been doing all year, then you can do it that way. Either way, we'll have it going. And also the halftime will be on our YouTube channel. We'll put the halftime show up. So we got Vince. Yeah, I don't know. Vince disappeared. I don't know what happened to Vince. Corey, you got anything else you want to talk about while we're waiting on Vince?
I'm waiting on Vince. I'm just excited about the game today. Got a lot of user friendly chat going on right now. Some familiar faces and people chiming in. And as the games go, we've seen Kilgore take care of business today, and that game was a little messy at first, and then Kilgore basically just dominated that game.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm anxious to see the game tonight. As you know, we've experienced some, a lot of people talking to us from Lumberton. No surprise. I've been reserved to talk any noise at all whatsoever. Y'all know I can talk a lot of noise. I've been reserved to talk any noise, anything like that. So we're just gonna let the kids, we're gonna let the people do what they do and play the game. That's what you're supposed to do. So I'm not gonna get any kind of whatever. So
Vince, we have audio from Vince. Let's see if we have audio. Vince, you have audio. Can we hear you? It looks frozen again. I think it's got some bad. He's in a staring contest. Oh, wait, there he might be. Vince, can you hear us?
He's going to staring contest every time.
Hey, I'm gonna bring on Logan. Logan's here with me. He's gonna so he can give his thoughts on tonight's game.
Absolutely.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Logan?
I'm doing all right.
Oh man, we're making it today.
He's just there, frozen.
Right.
Hey, this game's going to be interesting for Chapel Hill. Lumberton throws the ball a lot, and Chapel Hill hasn't seen that. I don't think they've seen the passing attack that Lumberton's going to come out there with today. So that's going to be really interesting. I don't think Chapel Hill's secondary has been tested like they will tonight. So I think that's going to be the big key. And then, of course, the weather. Like, can Lumberton throw the ball like they want to with the weather the way that it is going to be the key. And then, obviously, I don't know if y'all talked about turnovers, right?
Yeah,
that's going to win the game.
Last week. Can't have another week like last week.
That's going to win the game. Turnovers are, especially in a game like this where it's just it's just kind of misting. And that's the stuff that makes you mad and just makes the ball a little slippery.
Right.
So turnover is going to be the key. And then if Lumberton gets going at their passing attack, what does that secondary look like for Chapel Hill? Because we haven't seen that. There's not really many teams that Chapel Hill's faced that sling the ball around. Kilgore tried to do it, but just couldn't really get it going in that game. So those are kind of the keys. I think this Chapel Hill secondary, I think, is going to be tested a little bit.
Will Lumberton have time to pass because that front seven of Chapel Hill is really good on
Yeah.
the pass rush. So that'll be
I'm assuming Lumberton's going to try to get the ball out quick.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see as well. And one of my keys was, act like you've been there before. Chapel Hill's been this far in the playoffs with this, not this particular group, but this is the second, third, with the third year in a row they've ventured off into the third round. Lumberton hasn't been this far before. Every game they've played in, they've been ahead except for that one loss that they've had. So if they get punched in the mouth first, do they have any fight? Are they gonna come back? What kind of discipline that they have? We've been down before in a few games, so we have the adversity to fight back and continue to play. So my big thing is, how do they handle adversity, especially when things don't go your way? Can they modify what they do? And I've heard before, if they just can't pass the football, they'll run the football. What if you can't run the football either? Because every team we've played thus far has been able to do one thing, and that's control the clock and run the football, but they haven't been very successful at either one, except for just controlling the clock. And that's not going to work very much if Chapel Hill's scoring, in 10 possessions. So, or, 10 plays. So I'm curious to see how that works in this football game for sure.
Another thing is this Lumberton defense. I have the schedule over there. I mean, they've allowed less than 10 points, I think, like 7 times this year. So that's going to be really interesting. Is it maybe the level of competition, or is this defense for real? They kind of got beat up against Tatum earlier in the year, which has speed. So we'll see if that's kind of the factor. But hey, that Lumberton defense, they're looking. It looks good. So I think this is going to be a great matchup. And when you get this late into the playoffs, every matchup is juicy. But I know that Kilgore is going to be watching this, waiting, just licking their chops trying to get their revenge on it.
And you don't want to. That's one thing you don't want to start looking ahead. You got to worry about this one right here. Because
right.
Chapel Hill, they saw that Kilgore won earlier today.
Yeah. So
that's on the next, but you can't look ahead. You got to look at this game and make sure you take care of business first here, and then worry about that game next week.
Well, I think Lumberton poses a big enough threat. Like if it wasn't the team that's only one loss on the year that's ranked ahead of you in the standing, I think that it's a big enough threat that they take it seriously. But all right, I gotta go get something to drink before we get.
Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Yeah,
I think it's a little disrespectful, especially if they're ranked ahead of us. I know they've only lost one football game, but Kilgore is still ahead of us as well, and we're still number 10. I think that's a little disrespectful in the polls, but it's not where you start; it's where you finish.
We got a couple of chats here. We've got a Facebook user said, "Yeah, go Bulldog band." Yes, the band will be here. We'll have that on our radio broadcast. We'll have the video feed of the band. Let's see if we can get Vince back in here. We said if they just give Slicky Ricky the ball and let him run, it's over. I like that strategy, Leanne.
Right.
We got somebody laughing here. Not sure who that is. We got Laura Schminky. Chapel Hill going to pick off a lot. Weather a key. CH going to win and bring it home. I hope so. Anthony says pass rush and defense going to be keys for victory for Chapel Hill. So that's what we got so far. Vince, can you hear us and talk to us now?
Froze again.
It must be that Texans hat he's got on, Corey.
You staring contest. Let's go. You win. Right. You always do.
Wait, we might have it. Vince, are you there?
It's a rough night.
Oh, I think he's got some bad service. He's got what kind of cell phone service? He got that, whatever it is, not good.
I don't want to say a cell phone service may need a sponsor.
Wait, we can hear him. Go ahead, Vince. Okay. We can hear you. Oh, he froze again. Hey, you got to stand on one leg and jump up and down.
Right.
There you go. Man, I really want to get Vince on because I'd like to hear his opinion on the game today. We got Anthony says it's definitely the hat. Yeah, I agree, Anthony. It's definitely, if he had a Cowboys hat on, he'd have 5G coverage. Y'all keep the chats rolling in. We love it tonight. This is great. We've had a really good turnout on the pregame show. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. Kind of as people are rolling to the stadium. It's a very, very small crowd here so far. Lumberton's got a pretty decent crowd on their side, but not a whole lot of Chapel Hill people here. And
I didn't have to
obviously
travel there for.
the weather and the drive and stuff right after Thanksgiving, I'm sure is a factor. But hopefully some more fans will be rolling in here. I know the diehards will be here. Vince has gotten apparently no internet in Tyler, Texas. And I think there's internet there. Let's see. We got phone it or text it, Vince. Okay. Yeah. If you got some signal, Vince, you want to text what you thought about the game and let us know. Let's see. We got Dog Day. Somebody says Dog Day from the Facebook group. I like it.
I don't know. I'm getting geared up. It's just that time. It's getting time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no,
We've had success in this stadium, so I'm
it's
happy
like a
to be
home
back.
field for us over the last couple. We probably played here as many as we played anywhere else except for our home field.
Right. And I think that's a lot of times coaches are superstitious, so they like the advantages. Not just there, they like the advantages of playing in some fields. They play better there. Sometimes they're superstitious, so I can understand that.
Chapel Hill, not Tyler. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
agree.
Oh, if it's in the paper, it'll be Tyler Chapel Hill, of course.
They have to distinguish us from the Mount Pleasant, even though Mount Pleasant doesn't have football. I don't believe they're just basketball.
Right. If that's the excuse, we'll live with that.
Yeah. I just don't think that Lumberton can stay with Chapel Hill tonight as long as they do what they've been doing minus the turnovers. The turnovers, I think, is really going to be a key. If Chapel Hill protects the ball, I think they can move the ball enough and fast enough down the field to do damage against Lumberton. But if that ball's dropped around the ground and turned over, then yeah, it's going to be make it a real interesting game. I think not in a good way. I bet that box is nice and cozy. Yeah, it's pretty nice in here. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice.
I don't mind coming back here.
Yeah, it's a nice facility. we like it here. It's a little dry, but it's nice. I see you got another Facebook user says Lindale game was closer than the scoreboard showed. Yeah, the end they just kind of gave up almost. It just kind of got away from them there at the end. Kilgore put it on them. Let's see. We got apparently North Tyler has no good cell service. Shake my head.
Gotta be Vince.
Yeah. Let's see here. Maybe this is Vince here. What I will say about the game is that once we Chapel Hill get a nice lead, they tend to allow the opponent to come back. They still win, but they have a chance. Yeah. Well, a lot of it's been resting people as well. Like we made some subs trying to get some guys from being injured and keeping them fresh, and that's going to help us later down the road. Obviously, you get the win. A win's a win. The scoreboard, that doesn't technically matter. Yeah, we'd like to beat folks 50-0, but if we can not get someone hurt, that's definitely better. See, we got well said, Bret. Chapel Hill defense is a beast. They've been playing really well. Coach McFarland's got them playing really well. They've lost a lot of pieces in the secondary, and they've been able to put people in there. And I think that's Logan mentioned that. They haven't really had a lot of tests, and they've had to puzzle piece some guys in. So it'll be really interesting to see if those guys can, when they actually have to cover, 4 or 5 wides, if they can do it when they're called upon. So
don't get big deep. Don't give up a big play. If they're going to pass the football, we'll give them 7-8 yards. But you're not going to get big deep or give up a big play in the game. That's kind of what you want to do. But also you want to allow enough time for your defensive line and your linebackers to make plays and make adjustments. So the defensive line has got to, like we said before, and I'm going to use the Houston Texans. It was, a few years ago, Houston Texans had one of the best defenses in the league. and the secondary was top 5 in the league. It's like the secondary is trash. But the best thing about that team was you had two bookend defensive linemen. You had J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney. You got both guys putting pass rush. They allowed the defense, allowed the secondary to shift because they're putting pressure on the quarterback. If you can do that today, doesn't matter how good your secondary is, you can allow your secondary to make adjustments if you give them enough time to do so. Not giving up big plays, and of course another thing we don't talk about either. In games like this, you do want to force turnovers. You want to put them in a position to where we're getting loose balls, 50-50 balls, big stops. Look for your playmakers to make plays on the defensive end and the offensive end. So attention to detail is very, very key. And I've always said it before, especially in every broadcast, we get deeper and deeper in the playoffs, championships, and the details. No missed assignments, no costly penalties. Come in, take care of business, do what you're supposed to do what's in the game plan, and let your playmakers make plays. If you're a playmaker, this is the game. These are games that you make plays. So that's how you win championships.
All right, we got Mitty here. Thank you guys for what you do, MVPs. Well, appreciate it, Mitty. We appreciate bringing this to y'all. So thank you a lot.
Yeah,
We
appreciate
appreciate
that,
all that. We got I have NFHS network that I've been watching out of town games on. Is it going to be there? Yes, it will be there as well. So the Texan Live broadcast will go right over to NFHS. If you already have that subscription, you're good to go. Just find the game and tune in. 7:00. Let's see. We've got no doubt they're really on point on defense. What I mean is to hold the opponent from scoring first, second, and third string. Let's see. We've got Kilgore's carried the load against Lindale. Lindale's defense struggled to make stops all game, and in the fourth, Lindale offense gave up 14 points within a minute. Yeah, that's probably Vince. He was at the game. Thanks for the insight, Vince. Vince, did you decide to go see another game tonight, or did he go home? I don't know if he talked about going and watching another game. I don't know if he ended up going, but he was traveling around the area watching games today. It's a nice and we got to thank you. No problem. Corey, we're about the end of this 30 minutes pregame. Anything else you want to close on? I'm pumped and ready to go.
Oh, I'm excited. I don't like giving predictions on this particular show, but like I said, I feel pretty confident in the game. It's one of those games you always feel a little nervous about, but I'm not very nervous about it.
Do you want to pick a score, Corey?
I 54-28.
Okay. I like that. Let's see. I'm going to go I'm going to say 56-35.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes, thank you guys for all you do. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you, Facebook user, whoever you are. We appreciate it. Looks like Palestine put up 29. So is their D that tough? Well, I mean, if Palestine put up 29, I mean, Palestine's one-dimensional, so they have a good offense.
6 though to Livingston.
6 to Livingston, which they may be more used to playing Livingston. Palestine is up in this area, so it's a little bit different. Honestly, think that Palestine's offense was better than Livingston. To me, it's just the fact that we talked about the way the game went when we subbed. It kind of made them look a little bit better than the actual score did.
You can tell when they play. Besides Nacogdoches, you can tell when they play tougher opponents. Tatum was probably one of the other tougher opponents early in the season. Then, of course, Palestine was out of the district, and Palestine was nowhere near the opponent that they would have played anywhere else. But Palestine was still stiff. They're still pretty tough. So, you're facing the creme de la creme, the darling of this top district. I just, if like I said, I tell my kids, you do what you're supposed to do. Take care of business, do what you're supposed to do. The other team doesn't stand a chance. To me, it's a disrespectful game. They're ranked in the state. They're ranked higher than you are, and you've had a tougher road to get here. So make them pay for everything else. prove your point. And that's what I do. Every hit make them feel you're from make them feel you're from East Texas every single time they touch the ball.
East Texas football.
So that's the type of thing I'm telling my guys right now. Every single time you get an opportunity, every hit, I want you to leave some blue and gold in their jersey. Every single time you do something, you make a statement, because the disrespect has been given. They don't respect you at all as an opponent. They're looking forward to playing Kilgore. Nobody at this point is expecting you guys to play because you haven't played, quote unquote, up to the expectations. So a lot of people taking you lightly. Okay. Every time they touch the football, you make a statement.
Yeah. We got looks like Vince is about to watch Timpson. Shout out to Timpson. Get us some good insight on the. We want to get some good insight on Bussy and them. So we're excited about that. Enjoy that game, Vince. We got, in the words of a great coach, boom. We got Anthony says 52-17. Okay. We got let's see. Facebook user says 41-20 or 44-21. Cheryl Higgins says, thank you, Cheryl. We appreciate your sponsor from IPS. We got Horace Mickey. Thanks, guys. We do appreciate you. I'll be listening. Wish I could have been there. Haven't missed the game. Sick. Oh, well, hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for running in. That was Square with the 44-21. Anthony says Bill going to win state and the Cobb.
I don't know what he means by the Cobb, but
Cobb is. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up tonight. Make sure you tune back in. Our game will go live around 7 p.m. on both Texan Live and on our radio feed here on NETsn. So make your choice. Choose whichever one you'd like and tune in. And let us know if you're on the radio broadcast. You can still chat in. We won't be chatting back with you, but Corey may be on the feed to chat back and forth with you, as I'll be on the call here with Logan, and as we get ready to get this one set up. We'll see you in the broadcast. Thanks for joining in. For Corey and Vince, I'm Bret. We'll catch you next time right here on the pregame show. Chapel Hill, Lumberton. Tune in.
East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.